Hi everyone, this is Mitchelle Dmello, and we are on day 16 of the 28-day gratitude challenge. Today, I am going to talk about gratitude with difficult people. You must be wondering that how is it possible for us to have gratitude with difficult people? So we have difficult people around us, as we may label them. They can be there in our workplace. They can be there among our friends. They can be there in our home setting. So when I say difficult people, is maybe there is something that's a little rigid about them, the way they think, and that makes it not vibrationally compatible for both of you. And that might create the triggers. So how can you be in gratitude for difficult people? The first thing that you need to be aware of is that your energy is made up of atoms and molecules. Each atom is vibrating at a frequency. So I'm going to quickly read to you the different frequencies of emotions and how they affect us. So starting with the vibration of an emotional chart, 0 vibration is that of death, because absolutely when we die, the frequency is 0. Shame, unworthiness, powerlessness, and despair has a frequency of 20. Guilt and insecurity has a frequency of 30. Apathy, lack of interest, and depression has a frequency of 50. Grief has a frequency of 75. Fear has a frequency of 100. Jealousy has a frequency of 125. These are all in hertz. Anger, hatred, and rage has a frequency of 150. Pride, discouragement, blame, worry, and doubt has a frequency of 175. Courage, frustration, irritation, and impatience and overwhelm has a frequency of 200. Neutrality and boredom has a frequency of 250. Willingness has a frequency of 310. Reason, hope, and optimism has a frequency of 400. Love, enthusiasm, happiness, and positive expectation has a frequency of 500. Joy has a frequency of 540. Peace has a frequency of 600. Enlightenment has a frequency of 700. Appreciation has a frequency of 780. Gratitude, freedom, and empowerment has a frequency of 900 hertz. And God consciousness, that's being one with God, has a frequency of 1000. That means you're operating from oneness, being in complete consciousness, and that's the highest vibration. So now that you are aware that the lower energies have low frequencies, and our energy, that is our atoms and molecules, change their vibration depending on the emotions that we experience. So in this moment, you will have to stop and become aware of what are you choosing. Even with difficult people around you, there may be times when you are very aware of where they are heading. They may be very close to you. They could be your family member. And you can't see them going in the wrong. And so you want to correct them. But what if they are not choosing to get better? What if they don't want to choose the path that you are choosing? And it's okay. So, in such a situation, how can you continue to vibrate at the frequency of gratitude and allow them to be the way they are? There is where the concept of allowance comes in. There is something called the awareness and the allowance, where you're aware that they are going in the wrong, they are having negative thinking, which can affect their body, which can affect their mind, which can bring about diseases in their body. That's your awareness. And there's one step ahead, that's the allowance, where you talk to them, and maybe once, twice, thrice, you've already told them, you've corrected them, but they don't seem to change. They don't want to change, because if they wanted to change, they would have heard your advice and they would have changed. Now, if they are not choosing to change, how are you going to make your life different from theirs? At that moment, you will have to press the pause button, like I said earlier. You'll have to press the pause button within you and ask yourself, am I choosing to be in the space of gratitude, or I am going to vibe at the frequency of negativity, of the emotions that I spoke about, guilt, shame, anger, and you know what the vibrations are. Now, research has proved that anybody vibrating below 50 is more prone to any kind of diseases, viruses, bacteria, and are dropping their immunity and inviting diseases into their life. Whether they may manifest as, now that we are talking about corona, or it could manifest even as bigger illnesses like cancer or any other diseases that a body can face. So when you know that these are the kind of effects that it can have on your body, then at that point, you have to make that choice whether to move here or there. See, I'm not saying that it's going to be all perfect, but when you know that there are certain difficult situations that you are facing, stop and ask yourself, what about the other person is triggering you? What is annoying you? What is making you upset or angry? Is there something underneath that? Is there fear underneath that? Or is there awareness underneath that? That is a question you need to ask yourself. Because once you are clear on what the trigger points are, you can consciously make an effort to change it. And by doing that, by changing your emotions, you are going to be able to change your vibrational frequency. So even that is a choice. So at this point, as I said, take that one person whom you have a difficulty. Now, office people we can generally avoid because we don't have to interact with them day in and day out. But family members are some people we can't avoid. We have to interact with them. So in this moment, you are going to write down that one person that triggers you, or you get angry or upset with. What about them? Write the situations, or what about them, maybe one or two situations that bothers you. Write down your triggers. Once you are aware of the triggers, you can easily reprogram your mind. But it's a conscious effort. You will have to repeatedly do it, as I said, because there is a tendency for us to go into the autoresponder. And all the belief systems you have about that person, you will have to literally, if I have to tell you, desolidify. That means you'll have to undo every point of view that you have about this person. Because if you have rigid point of views about this person, you are definitely not going to be able to have that peace in your space. Because at some point you all are going to have a tiff. So first, become aware of what are your own triggers, okay? And even just for the sake of improving your own frequency, be grateful. Maybe there is one thing they did for you. Maybe there are some good memories you had with them. Think of those good memories that you shared with them and be grateful. Even if there are no good memories, there may be one good quality that the person has. It may be unique, because each and every one of us has definitely one quality that is unique to us. So when you have these kind of situations, there is a point where you can shift and change. And when you keep repeatedly doing this exercise, you are going to see a shift in your own vibration. And as I said, the vibration of gratitude is one of the highest. When you say 900, it's almost touching the consciousness vibration. So do the exercise as I said, ask for your triggers, identify that one good quality that person has, or one even if or even a memory that you have with that person, okay? And make that conscious effort to say thank you so that you are also relieved of the tiff between the two of you. And life becomes a little more easier and you can achieve greater instead of getting into these regular tips. Hope you guys will do this exercise. If you are facing any difficulty, you can get in touch with me and Natasha for the same, or you can write to us on our YOUniverse page. We are also available on YouTube on YOUniverse official channel. I'm blessing you with a lot of abundance of gratitude, lot of happiness, lot of joy for this new day. And here's Mitchelle Dmello signing off from YOUniverse. Thank you.